Unplugged Tiny House Cabin Ranch. We now interrupt your regularly scheduled broadcasting so we can bring you this out of sync video. I was tasked with answering 40 questions from Sean and Remy of Bell Ranch Homestead. So I'll just get right into it. The first question is, do you like blue cheese? Yes, I love blue cheese. It's been quite a while since I've had any, since before I moved here. So we're talking, it's been over 2.5 years, but I would love to get a salad with blue cheese on it. Then the second question is, Coke or Pepsi? Well, if I have my choice, if I'm in the store and they're both the same price, I'll always buy Pepsi first. Then I'll buy Coke, depending on the price, but I'm more about the price. So if I can find generic cola for half the price of Pepsi or Coke, I'll buy it. A lot of times here at the dollar store, they have them 3 for $10, so $3.33 a 12-pack. Go lay down, Remy. Go lay down. Jeez, I'm not talking to you. You're such a good puppy. Go lay down. So yeah, Coke or Pepsi, I prefer Pepsi, but I go for the cheapest stuff. The third question is, am I in a relationship? Nope, haven't been in a relationship for 2.5 years. Other than with my puppies, that's it. Fourth question is, whiskey, tequila, or vodka? Well, of those three, it would always be tequila, then whiskey. I don't drink vodka. Since the very first time I ever got drunk, I drank vodka with screwdrivers, and I got sick. So now I don't even like the smell of vodka. And a lot of people say vodka doesn't have a smell, but it does, especially if you don't like it. And the fifth question is, hot dogs or cheeseburgers? Definitely cheeseburgers. I just had one last night, as a matter of fact. Fortunately, they sell patties at the grocery store, 6 in a box. So I was able to have one of those on it wasn't really a cheeseburger, it was a grilled cheese hamburger. So it's like what they call a patty melt. So that's one of my favorite things to eat. And number 6 question is, what is your favorite food? Well, since I basically grew up in the back of an Italian restaurant, first choice would be pizza, second choice would be lasagna. Those are I've always been my 2 favorite things to eat. I can eat pizza 5 nights a week, and then the other 2 I'll want lasagna. And the 7th question is, what do you drink in the morning? Well, when I wake up, I will drink a bottle of water, and then I'll have a cup of coffee, and then I'll drink another bottle of water, and depending on what day it is, I may have some Tang orange juice or a soda. But that's what I drink first thing in the morning. And number 8 is, can I do 100 push-ups? Yes, give me 100 days and I can do 100 push-ups. But it's been so long since I've tried. God, I was probably back in school. Couldn't tell you whether it was grade school or high school. It's been a long time. Number 9 is, what is my favorite hobby? Well, my all-time favorite hobby is going jeeping, 4-wheeling, especially around Moab, Utah. But I like to just go out 4-wheeling any place I can. That's the main reason I have Jeeps. Do you go lay down? You go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Good puppy. So yeah, that would be my all-time favorite hobby is the 4-wheel Jeep, and I've got some videos up on YouTube of when I used to go 4-wheeling. I've got some in my Wrangler, some in my Suzuki, and some in my Jeep Liberty. That's what I used to do all the time. It's been several years now since I've been out doing some extensive 4-wheeling other than driving around here. What is my favorite season would be number 10. Here in the desert, it would probably be springtime, and then summer, and then fall. And fortunately, we have a very short winter here, hopefully. I do not like winter. I don't like the cold. I hate being cold. This morning I had the heater on, and it was probably only about 50 degrees. over here first thing in the morning. I turn the heater on. And number 11 is, do you have any tattoos? Absolutely not. Not a one. Number 12, do you have any phobias? My biggest phobia is spiders. I hate spiders. I was driving with a friend of mine. We were driving down the freeway, and she leaned forward and looked out the driver's side window, and I noticed that, so I looked out my window, and then right behind me I heard a smack. It's like, what was that? She said she was just killing a spider that was hanging down. She says she knew if I saw it, I would freak out, let go of the steering wheel, and try and jump out of the Jeep. And so, yeah, I do not like spiders. I used to have a major fear of heights. It's not as bad as it used to be. So, of course, there's not very many places around here that I get high, but I have skydived twice. So, and everybody always says, well, why would you jump out of a perfectly good airplane? Well, that's the key, is you go up in one that's not perfectly good, one that's just about ready to fall apart. And you really don't mind jumping out. It makes a lot of difference. Number 13, do you wear glasses? Well, I have a prescription for them. I've been supposed to wearing glasses since I was in the 9th grade, but I don't. I can still see good enough. I still pass my driving test. So that's the only thing that's important, is that I can still get my license. Number 14 is, do I have any nicknames? Number 15 is, what is your favorite candy? It'd be chocolate, any kind of chocolate. Probably Nestle's Crunch Bar would be my favorite. Number 16 is, do you believe in ghosts? I didn't used to, but when I was down in Mexico, I had 2 instances of ghosts there. When I was out on the beach sitting around a campfire, big old bonfire, and I saw a woman, running right straight towards me and jumped over the campfire. Right before she landed on me, disappeared. And then I found out later that there was a guy staying at the hotel. His son had killed a woman on the beach. Was the way it worked. So, and I didn't know that story at the time. I saw this lady or girl running at me and jumping over the fire. And then the second time I was up on the 4th floor in what we called the restaurant, even though it wasn't really open for food. Had floor-to-ceiling windows all facing west. And I'd go up there and I'd sit there at night and watch the sunset from up there. Well, one night I was in there and I looked over and I saw a woman run from, I think it was the restrooms, I'm not really positive anymore, straight out towards the windows and gone through the windows. And I know it was my mother. So, up until that point I'd never really believed in ghosts, but now I do. Number 17, what is your biggest downfall? Oh, geez, I have so many of them. I don't want to think about that too long. Number 18 is, do you prefer rain or snow? Well, if I have a choice, I prefer the rain. I actually would enjoy some rain. It's been months since we've got any rain around here. And today's sometime in the middle of November, 2020. We had some like a week ago, and then before that it was 2.5 months before, and then before that it was 2.5 months before that. And number 19 is, do you have any piercings? Absolutely not. Number 21 is, number 20. How old am I? 62 years old. Turned 63 in January. Number 21 is, do you like French fries or onion rings? I prefer good onion rings. I like French fries just as much, but normally if I go out to a restaurant and order a hamburger like at Wendy's or Burger King, I don't normally buy either. Number 22 is, do you have any children? Absolutely not. Been married 3 times, not a kid amongst any of them. Now, whether or not, the fact was that all three of them could not have children when I met them and married them. So whether or not that had anything to do with why I was attracted to them in the first place, I don't know. But no kids at all. Never wanted any. That's just me. Number 23 is, what is my favorite color? Fluorescent lime green. It always has been. I was probably about 13 years old when Mom and Dad gave us, my sister and I, the choice to pick the color of our rooms. My sister chose purple. I chose lime green. And everybody swore up and down, oh, you don't want to paint it lime green, you'll get sick every time you go in there. So I thought, perfect, that'll keep everybody out of my room. So I painted it all, the walls and the ceiling, lime green. I could not keep people out of that room, and it looked really good. So when I moved to Oklahoma, I painted the office the same color, lime green. So that's my favorite color. Number 24 is, can I sing? Yes, as long as nobody's listening. Number 25 is, can I whistle? Well, I've always been told my whistler needs sharpening. That's about it. Number 26 is, where was I born? Minneapolis, Minnesota, yeah, sure, you betcha. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Number 27 is, do I have any siblings? Yes, I'm the baby of 6. I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. My oldest sister just celebrated her 80th birthday. So that means I probably got at least 18 more years left to hang around on this world, which would blow my mind. I've never, for the last 40 years, I've been never expecting to live past 70, because none of my grandparents, neither of my parents, anybody has lived past 70. So I've just been figuring that it was kind of in the genes that we wouldn't live that long. Like I said, my sister's 80. My next oldest brother would be 75, then 73, then 70, and then 64, 65, I believe, for my next oldest sister. And like I said, I'm 62. Number 28 is, can I cook? Yes, as long as I got a can opener. I can cook raviolis, spaghetti, soup, stew, chili. As long as it comes out of a can, I can cook it. Other than that, the only thing I know how to make from scratch is pizza. That's, like I said, I grew up in an Italian restaurant. I mean, I know how to make lasagna, but I don't have the equipment in the room and all this stuff here to do that. But I can make pizza. Number 29 is, can I swim? Yes, I can swim. I'd never beat Michael Phelps. He'd be done and I'd still be on the first lap. So, and number 30 is, am I religious? Only if being an agnostic is religion. No, I'm not religious at all. Number 31 is, do I prefer showers or baths? I much prefer showers. Every once in a while I like to take a bath because it helps my back pain so much. But of course I can't do that here now that I just got the shower done, especially. A bathtub in the RV was way too small to even think about. Be one of these kind of things, you know, sitting in it like this. And I don't even know if I could fit in it like this. It was only 30 inches wide, 31 inches wide. So, number 32 is, big city or out in nature? I'm out in nature now. I much prefer to be out in nature. Never really liked the city. When I was growing up, of course, cruising around town in my muscle car, loved to go to downtown and cruise around and get in drag races and see all the people and go, you know, people watching and stuff like that. But I moved out of Minneapolis in 1981 because it was too small, only 500,000 people. About 10 years later, I moved out of a town called St. David, Arizona, population of 600 people, because it was too big. So that tells you how my brain changed. said 500,000 was too small, 600 was too big. But I moved from Minneapolis to Phoenix, and that just went nuts as far as the size. It was, at the time I was living there, which has been almost 30 years, it was over 60 miles from the south side to the north side of the city limits. Number 33 is, are you a good friend? Well, I like to think I'm a good friend. I'm just not the type to contact people. I just have never been one to pick up the phone or go over and visit somebody or whatever. I mean, I love it when they want to do that with me, but I've just never been that way. It's not my nature. So, number 34, do you have any broken bones? I broke my collarbone 3 times. The first time I broke it, I was 6 weeks old. And of course, I don't remember that. And I broke my ankle once. I was ice skating at the rink. I walked half-mile home. After I broke it, I was skating, and all of a sudden it just, and it hurt like hell to walk home. And I walked a half-mile home, and I got home, and everybody says, oh, if you broke it, you couldn't walk on it. So I mean, it hurt like hell, especially every time I was having to put my shoes on. Well, one time my mom finally got tired of my complaining about it, took me to the doctor, and he says, yep, it was broken, but it's been so long, and it's relatively close to healing now, but nothing we can do about it. So, yeah, I did break, but those are the only bones I've ever broken that I know of. My collarbone 3 times and my ankle once. Number 35 is, how many TVs do I own? Well, technically 4. I got 3 inside of here. The big one, the 43-inch, I use for a computer monitor because I can't switch between sources. It's stuck on the one I would use for the computer. And then I got a smaller one that I use for a TV in there. And then I have one up on top of the storage closet. It's just sitting there. It's just hanging. It's a little 24-inch for backup if I ever need it or whatever. What is your worst pain ever? Well, that would have to be a tie between my bad toothaches that I had back when I was younger. If I remember, I just know that they were excruciating, and I was living on Anbesol, or my back pain. Yeah, it would be a toss-up between the major toothache pain or my back pain. Back pain it's current, so it's much more fresh in my mind, but I still remember how much my teeth used to hurt. So, number 37 is, do you dance? Yes, I dance. I do the typical white man dance, moving my arms more than my feet. But when I was dancing with my girlfriends, they would always love to go dancing with me. So, and of course, I used to be a disco king. I even had the Angel Flight suit back in 1979, 1980. Sandy, maybe you remember John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. That was what he was wearing, was an Angel Flight suit. So, and number 38, do you camp? Yes, I love to camp. Go out in a tent, throw a sleeping bag inside a tent on the ground, have an outside campfire, cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner outside, have my coffee sitting outside. But that's been the last time I was really camping besides here, which I did in November 2015. Did it all through up until January of 2016, and then we got the green trailer out here. So that was probably the last time I was sleeping in a tent. Number 39, am I weird? I deny that I am weird. I also deny that I am sick, but I will admit to being twisted. Because if you're weird or you're sick, that denotes that there's possibility of being cured. There's no cure for me. I'm twisted. And then I supposed to tag some channels for the number 40 that I want to have them do the same thing, answer all 39 or 40 of these questions. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it up to anybody that sees this that wants to answer the questions. Go for it. Just maybe make sure you tag me on your video so that I know that you did it. I'm not going to put this on you. Just leave it open, so it's an open tag. We now return you to your regularly scheduled broadcast, regularly scheduled program. Thanks for joining me on these 3940 questions. Maybe you learned something about me. Take care. Bye.